school's out, blame corona, but I still got some science I could show ya. No class, no school, that's cool, throw the class on the YouTube. Even if they shut the school down, I'll get that knowledge anyway somehow. Real scholars won't stop for corona. Tune in for that science takeover.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mrs. Finney's science class. We are here on Tuesday, March 17th, 2020. Thank you for all of our subscribers. We have 44 subscribers. I hope you guys tuned in yesterday. If not, we have a video here for you that you can check out in your free time. Let's get to it. So today's lesson, we're still talking about the nervous system, all right? But in today, we're getting into a little more information. So the section that we're working with is called Stimuli to and from the brain. Again, we are still in our TCI program called Cells and Genetics. We're on lesson 5, controlling body systems. All right? Learning objective for today. Let me get on this side for you. I can explain how sensory nerves and motor nerves send information to and from the brain. So we need to understand what in the world are sensory nerves, what in the world are motor nerves. Let's get into it. All right. So at the top here, we want to start off with an example. Here it goes. Your stomach growls. We all had that experience. Your stomach growls and you know that you are hungry. Besides the grumbling sound, you actually might feel an ache inside your belly. I hope you had your breakfast already. I haven't had my breakfast yet, but you know I'm going to get to that. Hopefully it might be some pancakes, depending on what my husband decides to cook. James, you making pancakes this morning? That'd be nice.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Shout out to my video man, James Finney, my husband. Yes, he's helping us get all this information onto our YouTube channel. All right, so back to where we were. Or when you eat too much, you can feel the fullness in your stomach. How does that happen? How do you know what your stomach is feeling? We will learn today. Nerves in your stomach are sending information to your brain. And the brain is interpreting that information as hunger or fullness. All right? Nerves in your stomach. And let's keep in mind, we want to talk back to the digestive system that we talked about in school. This entire area is not your stomach, despite what we may believe. It's over here somewhere. All right? Okay? But the nerves in your stomach, right? They're sending information to your brain, and your brain is interpreting that information as hunger or fullness. A grumbling stomach is an example of a stimulus in your internal environment, all right? So, a stimulus, what in the world is that? So we need to know about internal stimulus and external, okay, stimulus. Here we go. A stimulus is a change in the internal or external environment that causes the nervous system to react. An example of an external stimulus is the sound that was made when the heavy book was dropped behind you. You remember in yesterday's example, okay? Lights, odors, or the flavors of food are other examples of stimuli. So stimuli is what we would say, okay, if we're talking about the plural of stimulus. Stimulus is singular, stimuli is plural. See how we just dropped a little English up in there, a little ELA, right? Okay, so let's think about that. What kind of stimulus would we have in the case of, I smell bacon. Internal stimulus or external stimulus? What do you think? I smell bacon. Is that happening inside your body or is it happening outside in your external environment? So that is considered an external stimulus. All right? Let's move on here. So stimulus, let's keep that in mind. First thing for today is a change in the internal or external environment that causes the nervous system to react. All right, moving on. Nerves are found inside and all around most of the organs in the body. We talked about nerves yesterday when we started our topic about the nervous system. If something about the organ changes, the nerve responds by sending a signal to the brain through the spinal cord. Okay? Nerves that transport signals towards the brain are called sensory nerves. All right, let's talk about sensory nerves. Okay? Sensory nerves receive and transmit sensory information such as sound or pressure from the other body systems and from the external environment. Let's think about sensory nerves as your senses. All right, so we can touch. Okay, we can what with our nose? Smell, right? We can, with our ears, hear. With our mouth, we can taste. With our eyes, we can see. All right? So, thinking about your senses, all right? Your sensory nerves are picking up on the senses. Everybody got it? Okay? So, let's think about it this way. If I hear something, that's a sense. If I hear something, right? My sensory nerves are going to relay a message to my brain. If I touch something, my sensory nerves are going to relay a message to my brain. If I taste something, my sensory nerves are relaying a message to my brain. If I see something, my sensory nerves are relaying a message to my brain. Got it? That's how that works. All right, here we go. Moving on. Now, let's talk about the other type of nerves. Motor nerves are the nerves that transmit information from the brain towards the rest of the body. Okay? Motor nerves transfer the information from the brain to the rest of the body. So, let's think about this process. I'm in the kitchen. I smell bacon. For a side note, I don't even eat bacon, but I'm just saying. For those of you that eat bacon, yeah, pescatarian. It's a long story. Anyway, but you're in the kitchen, you smell bacon, right? Your senses in your nose pick that up, right? Smell bacon. If you like bacon, right, what's the next step? Sensory nerve sends a message to your brain. Your brain, right? Motor nerves are the nerves that transmit information from the brain towards the rest of the body. So the motor nerves are going to send information from your brain and say, we should eat some bacon, right? Motor nerves send a message from your brain. And then you go into the kitchen, you check and see if you can get some bacon. Is the bacon ready? Can I have some bacon now? What time will the bacon be ready? Can I come back in 5 minutes? All those questions that the kids ask, you know. Whew. All right. So together, sensory and motor nerves relay information to and from the brain. All right. That's how they work together. Here we go. Next piece. When the brain receives information about the change, it makes a decision and then sends information to the other body systems telling them how to respond. For example, your stomach expands when it is full. All right? This is like something so big at like big family gatherings, Thanksgiving, birthday parties, all kind of stuff like that. You get full. Everybody's like, oh, so much good food here. I would love to eat some more, but my body is telling me that I need to stop eating. You know what I'm saying? All right? So though that is your sensory nerves around the stomach detect this change in size. This information is sent to the spinal cord, which relays it to the brain. The brain interprets this information as the feeling of fullness and decides that it is time to stop eating. You know, if you push yourself past that limit, oh my gosh, it's a horrible feeling. Your taste buds might enjoy it, but the body is like, you did too much. Like, you really did too much. You should have stopped. Really. You know you wanted that peach cobbler, but you should have stopped. We didn't need that. All right, moving on. So the brain then sends signals back through the spinal cord to your arm muscles, telling them to contract and put down your fork. The relaying of all this information to and from the brain usually happens, guess how long? In less than a second. How long? Less than a second. The process of receiving a signal and interpreting it for a response is called information processing. The process of receiving a signal and interpreting it for a response is called information processing. All right, let's take a look at one of our images here. Ooh, look how this works. Here's your brain. Here's a signal. Sensory nerve in the stomach. All right, in class, we learned about the stomach. Remember the shape, everybody? Shout out to our HB warriors. Up early, getting that knowledge. I see you, I see you, I see you, scholar. All right, here it goes. Nerves surrounding organs in the body. So here's an organ. The stomach is an organ in the body. Okay, here are the nerves. Okay, send signals to the brain. For example, these nerves in the stomach transfer information about the stomach to the brain. The brain interprets the signal as a sense of hunger or fullness. What happens after that? What happens at that point? The brain sends a message to the motor nerves, all right? And that's going to tell you, in this case, if you're full, your motor nerves will give you a response. Hey, we need to put that fork down. Back away from the table, back away, back away. Okay, so this is just an example of how that process works. All right? Here we go. A response to a stimulus can also be the formation of a thought or a memory. For example, you might be excited that school is ending when you hear the bell ring. You guys are on break from that kind of situation, right? Or you might form a memory of what the bell sounds like so that you recognize it the next day. So thought and memory, okay, can also be considered a response to a stimulus, can also be the formation of a thought or memory. Keep that in mind, okay? All right, let's have a flashback. Review, review, review. What did we learn? Keep in mind your learning objective. I can explain how sensory nerves and motor nerves send information to and from the brain. All right. What is a stimulus? Change in the internal and external environment that causes the nervous system to react. If you want to jot down some notes, this would be great for you to jot down. Okay, nerves are found inside and all around most of the organs of the body. Sensory nerves are nerves that transport signals towards the brain. Okay, motor nerves are the nerves that transmit information from the brain towards the rest of the body. Together, sensory and motor nerves relay information to and from the brain. The relaying of information to and from the brain usually happens in less than a what? Second. Information processing is receiving a signal and interpreting it for a response. All right. Let's challenge you all right now. Want to do some wrap-up questions? Moving the board. What is a stimulus? Give you some time to think about it. Explain it in your own words. Do 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 do. What is a stimulus? Hope you have the answer. All right, here we go with our wrap-up questions. It's a change in the what? Internal or external environment that causes the what? Nervous system to react. A stimulus. All right? Okay, so this morning or afternoon, whenever you're viewing this, even if it's dinner time, you can say, you know, my external stimulus is letting me know that food is almost done. Am I correct about that? Ask your family member. Okay? All right, here we go. Moving on. What are sensory nerves? What are sensory nerves? Counting on you. Counting on you. Sensory nerves all right, are nerves that transport signals towards the brain. All right, good job. And then, what are motor nerves? Motor nerves are, I'm just being response. I think you got it. Sounds good. Sounds good. Shout out to the scholars. Motor nerves are the nerves that transmit information from the brain towards the rest of the body. Okay? From the brain to the rest of the body. Here we go. How long does it take for information to be relayed to and from the brain? How long? I know you know. Put in a complete sentence. Restate the question. Using those skills. All right. The relaying of all this information to and from the brain usually happens in, did you say less than a second? Yes. You are on fire. Here we go. What is information processing? Explain it in your own words. Restate the question. Information processing. Got it. Okay. So the process of receiving a signal and interpreting it for a response is called information processing. Good job. Nice work. All right. Here we go. Question. Situation. If you smell delicious pancakes being cooked in the kitchen, is that an internal stimulus or an external stimulus? Booyah. That is an external stimulus. Good job. Next question. If your stomach starts to growl, is that an internal stimulus or an external stimulus? What do you think? You are so smart. Oh my gosh. That is an internal stimulus. Good job. Nice work. The crowd goes, wow. Take a bow. Take a bow. Take a bow. Yes. Here we go. If you touch something slimy, that is so nasty. Have you ever been in a school's cafeteria and sat down, you were excited, just put your hands on something slimy? If you touch something slimy on the table and decide to move your hand, is that an internal stimulus or an external stimulus? I know you know. That is an external stimulus. Here we go. Next one. If you randomly think about the best snack you ever had, what's your favorite snack? Is that an internal stimulus or an external stimulus? Please leave that in the comments, okay? We'd love to know, what is your favorite snack that you've ever had? Please leave that in the comment. Love to know. Okay, I'm thinking about, snack. Let's go with the trail mix. Such a teacher answer. I know. Let's go with Snickers. Snickers, yes. I used watermelon Sour Patch Kids. Yes, yes, love those. Okay, let's move on. Getting hungry. Here we go. Moving on. Internal stimulus. All right. If you hear your best friend call your name and start to smile, aww, is that an internal stimulus or an external stimulus? What's your thought? All right, let's go, let's go. That is an external stimulus. All right, so I want to give a quick shout out to JoJo, Tiger, and Sarah. Know you guys were tuning in. Love to see you guys here. All right, I think we are done for the day. Yay! Good job. For my scholars at HB, please make sure you go back and review Lesson 5, Section 2. Okay? Get a review. Answer the questions at the bottom. Okay? And tune back in tomorrow. All right? Shout out to the scholars that are still willing to learn science. Oh, you know what, guys? I want to show you Remix. Where's Remix? Remix is here with us. Come on, sec. Remix. I want to introduce you to our classroom pet. Bring home on the weekend. You see Remix? Caleb, you see Remix? Caleb's my baby, 1-year-old. Oh, I'm going to let her get out. Me. All right. Keep learning. See you next time.